to the Eternal Spirit show with me, Paul Salmon, on a psychic medium, and today's guest is Nicky Marshall from Holistic Insights. Hi, Nicky.
Hi, Paul.
Lovely to see you, all the way from Bristol.
Oh, no, it's a sunny Felixstowe.
Wow, it's nice to see you. Now, there's so much information to get in this short programme. Holistic Insights. Holistic covers a range of things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tell me what it covers for your sake.
Yeah, we came up with the name Holistic Insights, holistic being kind of well-being, and insights being intuition and guidance into life. In a phrase we say, we inspire people to love their life. Because sometimes you may love your children, you may love your dog, but you may not love yourself or your life. Things happen and you lose your energy, so we try and pick people's energy back up and sort of re-inspire them.
Well, we'll come to that later, because you're working on something that bounced back into your life.
Yeah.
I believe.
Discover your banks with...
Well, let's do it now. Tell me about it now.
Yeah, well, we decided that in life things happen. You know, we can't stop anything bad happening. We can't stop maybe being ill or losing a job, things like that. But what we can do is give people their banks back, so when they go down, they come back up the other side and come back higher than they were before. Right. So I use a lot of different tools, like Reiki, crystals, light healing, and also the tarot. Tarot is my kind of passion and sort of channeling guides. Yeah. So all those things combined can mean that people can rediscover their banks. So now it's going to rediscover your banks month. Tips and little videos and offers and you can do our Facebook page and website just to kind of create a bit of fun really. It's always just been quite a long time.
But I agree, like, we look after each other now, we all give much as we can to families. But we don't think about ourselves, do we? A lot of people don't.
No, you find there's a lot of people that have natural healing abilities, either through looking after other people or through sort of healing guidance. And, you know, what you tend to find is they give everything to everyone else. Working with a lady at the moment with a really young family, and she gives everything to her family and her husband. But trying to keep her own energy up is actually what's hard, and have great results doing sort of energy boosting sessions, which is the tarot, Reiki, crystals, and kind of the right body healing, putting it all together, and it seems to move people on quicker than maybe 6 Reiki sessions. Like 1 hour combined seems to really
And so you'll be doing workshops and this and demonstrations? Yeah,
it all kind of feeds in. We do tarot. I love the tarot, and I love teaching it because someone took the time to show it to me only 15 years ago now. And it's been a real sort of partner in my life. And so we do tarot secrets days, just getting people to use the tarot. And I teach Reiki as well. So we're giving people tools that they can heal their own lives and do something about their own energy, rather than always having to go to someone else or an external source.
So can you do the tarot for yourself? To give yourself readings?
I think you can. I do think if something really major is happening in your life, it's good to have someone else that's outside of your own self. But I think you can. We do an email tarot course for people just to learn at their own pace. And it's great to have that added guidance or that added inspiration. Maybe you're struggling with a problem, just to make a card and get another level of that information and really tune into your energy.
So on your website, so much information, which is www.holisticinsights.co.uk. There you go. And you have sections on the psychic ability, Reiki and tarot. But how did it all begin? How did the whole holistic, the initial spark begin?
Well, I started working in the bank and then decided to train as an accountant. So it really leads you into psychic mediumship, doesn't it?
It does. That's all you have.
But life happened to me. I think there was a point where I didn't love my life, and I had a 14-week headache that doctors couldn't cure and tablets wouldn't take away. And 20 minutes with a holistic therapist and it was gone. And suddenly I thought holistic therapy was kind of a massage and just general relaxation. I didn't realise the kind of conditions it could treat or help or take away. And so after such a dramatic result, I thought, well, what is holistic therapy? And started looking into that. And the more I hear myself, the more I just sort of knew things about other people. I know that someone's hurting, or I know something about their family, or they just lost someone close to them. Started getting messages and feeling everything really, really clearly and thought, what's going on? Because I never felt like it before. Luckily, I went for a tarot reading and she said, well, you're a psychic medium and this is natural to you.
So without getting trained, it just became something?
Yeah, it just switched on. I was really working on my chakras and my energy, just for relaxation, because I was so stressed and so unhappy. And the more I focused on myself, the more I became aware of people around me.
So how did you know about the chakras? Did you read books and things?
So again, with the reading, because I've always had readings, and I always believed in everything, just to think I could do it. And the tarot reader drew me a little stick man with the chakras and said, this is the way of relaxing, and she gave me a visualisation of how to work with them. And by doing that kind of every night before I went to bed, just suddenly one day I just looked at someone and thought, you just lost your mind. And I could feel and see the pain and thought, how do I know that? You must have similar things.
So by opening the chakras, it opens up a whole new vista, doesn't it? A whole new world. And
just puts you in tune with nature, with the world around you, the people you interact with, and I really became aware of how some people would drain my energy and really bring me down, and I'm fine, and then 20 minutes talking to someone will move you, those, people that take my
energy.
Yes, and then other people who were happy and smiling, you'd end up feeling a lot better.
Right, so if you learn all this and you combine it, you have to give back to people what you've learned.
Yeah, I think, if I can do it, I sort of consider myself extremely normal.
No.
Most of the time.
Yes.
So if I can do it, it isn't about masses of training, it's just a single step in the right direction, and then when you're happy, another step.
And does your family support you in all this? I imagine they do.
Yeah, it was quite hard in the beginning, because one minute you're one kind of person,
That's what I'm thinking
you know who you
about.
are,
Yeah.
and then I think a lot of changes happened on the inside before I started sort of rippling through my family life. I think I needed to get quite strong in myself before I started sharing. But now people know, they see how happy I am, and there's always something I can do to help someone else. And people do kind of come and say, give me a potion, or work your magic, that kind of thing. Probably the podiums that get
I was going to ask you about packing this in a minute. But like this psychic ability of yours, is it psychic and mediumship then?
Yes.
So do you hear voices, do you see people and those who passed over?
Mainly I feel, so clairsentient, so I get a feeling of what someone passed with, or I kind of feel the way they felt when they were alive, so I can all over shorter, or different ailments and things. I do see clairvoyantly once or twice. I physically see spirit, but it's very rare. I think you have to be really kind of concentrating in the right environment. I hear, and I've just started smelling, which is really strange. Just suddenly.
Yeah, you say that. But do you open and close every day? Your chakras still open up to those beyond?
When I first started, I used to have a whole ritual that used to just take forever, complete preparation with meditation and everything else. But when someone needs your help or you need to pick something up, you kind of need to open them. So I think the more I've used it now, it tends to be quite. I do kind of set my intentions for the day when I wake up.
Now, do you work in spiritualist churches as such, or have you ever done that sort of thing?
I've done spiritualist churches and events, Swindon Town Football Club. That was I did quite a lot of it when I was kind of bringing up my abilities, and maybe proving it to myself a little bit more, because when you really get a good lot of evidence to someone, it sort of strengthens your abilities and your confidence. I tend to work more teaching-wise on the tarot and more sort of general inspirational speaking. I kind of want to attract people that wouldn't go to a spiritualist church or wouldn't know what it was about. So general just talking events, which I still do one-to-one. And channeling, sense of channel visualisations and things like that. And so channel guidance rather than going up and doing the platform.
Because you mentioned spiritualist church, but in fact like you said, you're pagan. You call yourself pagan?
Yes.
How does that affect your life? I mean, how do you bring it into your everyday life?
Well, I was brought up, I was christened Church of England, brought up, went to a Christian school, and we used to go to church, and I used to look around and see everyone else really connected and think I was missing something. Because I could be in Sainsbury's or I could be in church, and I never had any feelings, and I thought there was something wrong. You know,
I know how you feel.
what am I not getting? Because all these people were really happy.
Yeah.
And when I started working with the psychic ability and visualisations, Maria, who was a teacher of mine, gave me a book, A Witch Alone by Marion Green.
Right. I've got that.
It's that to me, I was just looking through the book and well, I do that already, and I do watch the seasons, and I do love nature, and I do talk to trees and all those things, and it really just opened up, and I realised that I was writing in tune with the moon as well. And then when I went into the Christian church, I had goosebumps, and I got that connection through my own beliefs. It was really quite strange how it happened.
Yeah. So as a pagan, do you encompass Christianity as well then? Other religions?
I think whatever makes someone happy, if someone gets faith and comfort through what they believe in, that's great. So I love the fact that other people have beliefs that help them in their life. I don't follow Christianity, I do follow pagan beliefs.
Yeah, sure.
I work very much with nature and cycles of nature. It's great to kind of have a framework in life, the great things spring and the sort of letting go and cutting back as the year just goes. So I tend to use it more on an instinctive level.
Something about how do you use your paganism? But we're surrounded, aren't we? By fields, the sky.
Yeah.
So that's all here anyway.
Telling someone to go and sit, in a lovely wood and use the sun's rays. I mean, we're all dependent on the sun for our life, so using that energy is great.
Excellent. Now, author as well.
Yes.
Nicky Marshall, holistic practitioner and author. And not your first book, but An Everyday Witch.
Yeah, they.
Now, is this based on yourself, Nicky's book? What's it about?
Well, I really wanted it to be a story. I wanted it to be once upon a time and happily ever after. And it's based on a character called Tabby, and obviously there are elements, you use your own life for inspiration. But the main point is, it isn't about me, it isn't about my journey, it's about what happens when, when life gets stuck, and then you kind of tune into the universe and follow signs and synchronicities.
Right. How has it been published? How has it been on the market, so to say?
Yeah, I've been working on it for about 3 years, but I decided to publish it on my birthday this year, so it came out in February.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah. At the end of last year, I thought I've either got to finish it or I've got to stop working on it. And
so have you done book signings and everything?
Yeah, I've had great fun. We've got a little show in Bristol, so we've got a few dates coming up in Swindon and Cheltenham, book signings, and we used the book as an inspiration for a talk, Living a Magical Life. So showing people what you can do when you do kind of notice what's happening in your life and look at your own energy and make changes.
Does it mention tarot?
It does, yes. Tabby learns the tarot and she discovers that she's a pagan.
Right.
So I've used those kind of influences, but the rest of people have to guess.
But you've got an everyday witch. Just putting witch, does that put people off, do you think? Or do you think it might? Or do you care if it, if
Yeah,
it does?
I don't think it does. I mean, I used to run a cafe called Which is Brew, ran that for a couple of years, and the idea was, again, to inspire people and just, coffee and cake, holistic therapy.
Coffee helps a lot, doesn't it?
It does, and it was Which is Brew, which, woman in total charge of herself, or the old-fashioned wise woman who used to just help the village or help the local, people. I just wanted it to be, it's very ordinary, it's something that happens to normal people, and when you tune into a belief system or energy or the nature of the universe, magic can happen.
Excellent. So people can relate to it and see themselves in it.
Yes.
Excellent. Now, about your first book, was it your first one?
Yes.
It came before that.
Yeah.
100 Tips to Love Your Life.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was a few years ago. I just started the day after New Year's Eve, on New Year's Day. I just sort of sat down one morning and thought, I'm just going to write whatever comes, because I do work with my guide, and we'll get some channeling, and sometimes it'll be a mix of both, other times it'll be just completely his words, depending on what's going on. And I started by posting a tip a day on Facebook, and I think there are about 400 tips on Facebook.
There's a page, a tip per page.
Yeah, the idea is you can either read a tip a day, or if I've got on your desk at work and something's happening and you're not having the best day, just open the book and just read a random page and get some.
But it does work, doesn't it?
Yes.
Because I've done that with books and calendars and the Bible, and it's very meaningful. It's like the tower. Can you explain this to me? How you shuffle the pack, you pick a card, and how come it's relevant to you or what you're doing it for the reader? I can't. Maybe you can't understand.
No, I tend to think it's an energy cocktail. You know, it's the person you're reading for, you, and the energy behind the tarot, and so those things together come in, and then, like I say, and also a card may mean something particularly. But if you're reading intuitively, you'll see how that card relates to that person's life. You'll see the energy behind it, or you get a feeling of how that person's feeling with that card.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is a combination, and sometimes you just need to hear something on a certain day, don't you, just to confirm that you're on the right track.
We have tips like accepting rain, learn to switch off. How the heck do you switch off?
I think I wrote that one for myself, probably.
Sometimes we push ourselves in our bodies because we have a busy period. We're having a social time, or we're working towards a project. Have you felt how amazing it is to smile lately? But they're practical, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. I think it goes along with the everyday and the everyday which, you know, it's tips that will just help normal people with everyday problems. You know, there are similarities in life. You know, we may have different circumstances, but we all have times when life's going really well, and we all have times when life's a struggle, and you wouldn't necessarily go to tarot reader when your life is fine. But when you're stuck, you need inspiration.
Well, you say that. Who comes to see you, Nicky? What sort of people, clients do you have?
Predominantly women. I do see a lot of men, but I would tend to say that the majority are women. But people with everyday problems or that just need a bit of inspiration, or some kind of reassurance that they are on the right track. And the tarot won't predict what someone should definitely do. Or, you know, I don't think I can predict what someone's going to do in the next 6 months. But I can look at circumstances that are going to come up and perhaps what they should look at to get the best outcome. And I think the proof's in the pudding. People come back and say, "Gosh, that really helped, and this happened, and I was able to do this because of the words that you gave me." So it isn't about saying you must.
So you don't think we can predict? You don't think psychics are fortune tellers?
That opens up a big topic, doesn't it? But personally, I think I can see what situations that are going to come up. But whether someone should leave a partner or move house or do those big things, I think I know in my life I've gone so far, and then on the knife edge I've just turned and changed my mind to something completely different. And if people thought everything was predetermined, then maybe they wouldn't have the confidence to change their mind and do the one thing that maybe the best thing that ever happened to them. So I like to inspire rather than predict. I'm not saying people can't predict. I have said something and someone said that exact thing happened. You know, but we do all have free will, and actually I would want to think that my life's just laid out and I can't do anything about it.
That's what's the point. It's all predestined. Now, those two books are available in all good bookshops and off your holistic site. Now, you've got 2 books. Any more? In the pipeline?
Yeah, there's another book that I asked to contribute to. It's called At the Sharp End, and that has been published. And that's a book for cancer research. So 6 business experts came together and put different tips. So it's a big book, and then there are smaller versions. Absolutely every penny that we possibly can is going to cancer research. So that came out February as well. A third book is kind of in the back of my head, but I haven't actually put pen to paper. Well, I had a diving accident 2 years ago that sort of severely changed my life. It caused a stroke, so it was a big thing. I just turned 40 and lost the use of my left side, really. But knowing what I do about holistic therapy, positive thinking, all the different tools, I thought, well, if I can't walk my talk, then I shouldn't be guiding other people. So I put everything into practice, and would say I'm 95% better. Some days I'm 100% better. You know, but we can all have an off day. And so the book is going to kind of track my journey and also what happens, you know, when the universe does kind of give you some help. But I think it's going to take a bit longer. It's not going to be like anything.
Yeah, you pack so much into your life. Have you got time for hobbies or anything?
Well, I don't scuba dive anymore, but I do still drive the boat. I still go out, the dive club at Romsey and skip an hour around, which is quite fun. I do read, but also my work is my hobby, it's my passion. I don't feel that I've actually been to work. I might be physically tired, but it's not like, you know, working as an accountant from 9 to 5 days a week, taking work home with you. You know, there was a point where I thought, gosh, I don't know how to carry on. You know, just look what I do.
But there must be so much self-satisfaction in helping others, really.
I think the more I go on, actually, the humbler I get and the more amazing I think people are. Because I've seen people come to me with such challenging lives and they're so beaten down or suffering, and you know, you give them a few words, but you give them that time and that space. But what they do with that, you know, I see people just do such amazing things with their life. I just think human beings are amazing. I don't think we give ourselves credit.
Well, we do bounce back, which is like your course, isn't it?
Yes.
And sometimes I do think we have to get, I don't know in your case, but sometimes people reach such a bottom, the only way is up.
Yes.
And you're there to help them.
Yeah, we were chatting last night and I was saying that there was a point I thought, I can't do this anymore, I can't keep going. But something happens, or you do see it some day, or someone says something lovely and you find that you do have a bit of energy, so you take a step. But I think it's definitely on such an amazing journey, and I wouldn't have met with the brilliant people that I get to meet every day.
What I experience OT things.
Actually, I wrote for Eternal Spirit a few years ago.
Because Nicky did write articles for me, the Eternal Spirit magazine, which I did a few years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I've changed my life since. So it's nice to meet you in the flesh. And meet that lady live. So what's the future? You're working on the Bounce project.
Yeah, the Discovery Bounce is going to be just come from May, and it's quite exciting just to see where it leads. The Tower Secret stage that they're going to continue and ranking. And there are a few other projects, but all based around the same kind of thing, people and energy.
So when people come to see you though, do they know what they're coming for? Do they say, oh, I need to tarot and Reiki, or do they leave it to you? Do you use combinations?
Yeah, usually someone will come with something in mind, so they'll come thinking that a tarot will just give them some general pointers, and they're quite surprised at how specific it can be. I remember reading for a lady who, she said, I'm open to it, I'm very sceptical, I don't see how it's going to work. And in the cards, I could see through the cards and also, you know, tuning into her energy. I said to her, 2 days ago, you were running for a job interview, you were late, you didn't actually want the job, you just thought you ought to go. And I'm here broke off with your right boot. And she said, how did you know that? I had the image of her running in my head, and I could see the shoe breaking. And so once we've got that sort of piece of evidence, the rest of the reading unfolded. It's great to be able to really get in with people. And once you've done a reading, then I might suggest having some energy work done, because you give people a tarot reading and all this inspiration, and then they go back to their normal life and go, well, how am I going to get from here to here? So by working on energy, you can kind of boost them up.
So have you got a studio or a little place at home you work from?
We've got offices in Keynsham, which is between Bristol and Bath. So we work in a nice little sunny courtyard. We've got a therapy room. So I work in their part.
When you say we, who's we?
Oh, myself and my daughter Amy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Amy started off in admin, but has her own therapy over the years. And she has facials and Indian hair massage.
Well, that's a nice combination, isn't it?
Yeah, she's great at kind of, you know, we face the world, don't we, with our physical, and so she's great at making people kind of shiny green, so down if you like. So
Oh,
it's
right.
a bit of a combination. And she's my manager, she helps at events and
Ah,
keeps me focused on
do you do any events around the country? Or?
the book signings. We started to do a few more of. The tarot events are mainly in Bristol. That's why I produced the online tarot course. So we're going to in Australia and just do, it's a 4-part. They can work at their own pace. It's all on the website.
Yeah.
Try to stick it on my shelf with the books and things. But yeah, I work part time in the Winston Pension and then online Skype reading.
So you can have an online course on Skype with your website. And
Yeah, the course people download and then work at their own pace, and I give them email support kind of as it goes. Because you know yourself, if you say I'm going to do one this day every week,
yeah,
sometimes life gets busy and you don't get to do it. So
that's a good idea. I like that.
I think so.
Yes.
Well, I think because I have been a mum and I've got 2 children of my own, 2 stepchildren, and a busy life. One who has not like me anymore. Life gets busy, so how great to think I've got this course already. I can just do it.
Take advantage of all this technical wizardry we have nowadays.
Absolutely, readings on Skype work very well.
So, before we go, Nicky, what's the future hold? A couple of years down the line.
Fun, I think. I think I'd just like to be able to influence a few more people, whether it is someone reading a book or reading a tip on Facebook. Facebook page has to go on it. And I do retreats in Sedona in America. I do a retreat every year, and I'd like to. This is the first year I'm taking a group out with me, so I'd like to do more retreats and just inspire people. But it's so much fun for me, it just got to be
Right. So what happens on these retreats?
Well, I went up to Sedona. People kept saying those all red rocks, and I had no idea where they went.
Yeah.
And then my husband brought back a bracelet from Albuquerque, and it's got Sedona rocks on it. But I didn't know that. Someone looked at it and said, "Oh, that's a rock in Sedona." Yeah. So I just kept getting the pull and ended up in Sedona, just really amazing. And so I thought how great to be able to take a group of people and just introduce them to the land and give them some meditation techniques, visualizations, allow them to tune in with their own intuitions and place and really come away boosting their energy. I can write change the person, and that's what I want for people. So I've got 3 people coming. We've put them in 2 spaces this year, so for the first retreat,
Right.
so that's September, first week in September I'll go in, but I'd like to do 1 a year,
Yeah.
and then maybe a couple of breaky things in between. So
Oh, busy lady.
I have an idea every minute, but it's making it all happen.
Yeah. That's not enough time in the day. Is it? There's not enough time now, Nicky. So thanks for being my guest. If you wish to know more about Nicky and her work, it's www.holisticinsights.co.uk.
Yeah.
Or get in touch with me at Felixstowe TV. Nicky, thank you so much.
Always been amazing. Thank you.
Goodbye and